Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need to cheat a bit because I need to read about Taida's profile because I cannot remember so much. So Taida, Chaya Kitu Rajai, is it correct?
Yes. Yes. Long Thai
All
last
right.
name.
It's quite difficult name for me to pronounce. I'm sorry. So she is a high school junior attending in International Community School in Bangkok. So hi Bangkok. So Taida is also founder of Tales of Thailand, and so the Tales of Thailand itself is a student-led platform aiming to build bridges over Thailand's wealth chasm and raise awareness about inequality by shining a light of the struggle of every day in the society of Thailand. Right?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Someone said that I think she is from Japan. So Tayeda, tell me
I get
about
that a
you
lot.
and tell me about you and how is Bangkok at the moment during this pandemic?
Yeah, I think Bangkok is doing really well in terms of COVID. I'm really grateful I can go to school. We definitely still have to wear masks and have like these barriers when we eat and when we do tests and stuff. But it's been really fun getting to kind of meet with my friends again. Online learning from like January to March was kind of more difficult than like meeting face to face. So I'm really grateful about that. Life has been pretty busy, but it's almost December break, so I'm so excited.
All right. So you're quite, I mean, like you and your friends in Thailand are really blessed because you guys can go to school and get back to the
Yeah.
socializing life, you know. And then
Yeah.
before that, before you came back to school, like what happened during the online learning situation? Was it a bit difficult for the students in Thailand and, you know, like student in general in Thailand? How was it?
Yeah. So for my school, we had Zoom and like Google Hangout calls, and we would have tests on Google Forms and stuff. It was kind of easy to cheat, I think, and a lot of people did cheat. I'm not sure about other Thai schools, but I found online learning actually really helpful because I was able to pace on my own like speed, and I was able to find online resources that was really helpful. And I had more time to prep for other things as well, and then work on Tales of Thailand. So it was amazing.
Yeah, so actually, school from home gives you some time to develop Tales of Thailand, you know, during your daily basis. All right, before we start, I want to know what is Tales of Thailand? What is the thing that you are currently developing in your social digital platform currently?
Yeah, so Heroes of Thailand is basically a youth-led organization, and you can engage with us on our Instagram, which is at Heroes of TH, or on our website. And we basically post stories about Thai people or foreigners living in Thailand, with a focus on middle or low-income families. And we kind of focus on their struggles and their inspirations to overcome them as well. And so our goal is basically to raise awareness about these challenges that daily Thai people face, and also to kind of bridge the inequality gap between youths my age, youths in my international schools, to get to communicate with Thai locals. And also, it's a really helpful opportunity for interviewers and interviewees to kind of reflect on their lives. So yeah, that's basically the purpose of Tales of Thailand.
Okay, so that's the purpose that you want to bridge the gap between the societies. So before that, before the establishment of Tales of Thailand, how was it? Was the gap really obvious that there are like clear, you know, the there was like obvious difference between you know maybe the higher class in the society or maybe in the middle and lower class of the society in Thailand.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge difference because in my school we always go to these like annual trips to for community service, and we would experience with families who don't have TVs, while obviously students in my class were able to have iPads for work, and also to have computer and great
Mhm.
education. A lot of the international kids in my school as well, they also find it difficult to communicate with a lot of people who only speak Thai, and so there's definitely also a language barrier. If you also look in Bangkok, like right downtown, you see the Klong Toi slum, you see these like brown houses, but then if you look a little bit to the right or to the left, you see like downtown buildings with skyscrapers, and there's a huge difference there. And so that was just kind of where, like, why I wanted to start Silver Thailand.
I see. So there is not only gap. There is how to call it in English, like disparity. Is it like this disparity between the societies? All right. So how do you see it? How it is historically speaking, the gap of the society in Thailand itself, was it let's say divided through the the systematic division, like because like let's say maybe just correct me if I'm wrong. Is it because of the monarch system that creates such division, or is it like because of the imbalance of economic race and economic development in Thailand, or what do you think caused this huge gap of the gap of the society in Thailand?
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with education.
Mhm.
There's a few interviewees that I've interviewed, actually about 50% where I've interviewed, they've had to drop out in the ninth grade in order to sacrifice
Mhm.
their tuition fee for their younger siblings. And so they end up working in hair salons, in factories, in lower paying jobs. And so I think that they're never really able to get themselves or their families out of the cycle of poverty. And so that just continues historically and present day people as well. So yeah.
Okay, so it has been like happening for many years then, right? So this is like
Yeah.
what happening today is like the cause of what happened systemically in the maybe before we were born. Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me about what is going on or what you guys is doing in Tales of Thailand. Like, how do you guys try to bridge the gap, like on daily basis or through your programs or your projects?
Yeah, so monthly we have our writers go out and interview. Some people go to organizations and slums and different communities to talk to people outside of their comfort zones. That's definitely one. We also have different book drives going on as well, so collaboration with local communities. And we also have our project management team kind of still planning different things as well. So we might be working with the Klongpui slum as well.
I see. So you are like interviewing people and like create stories about them.
Mhm.
So how is the process? Like, how do you guys target and create like approach or like the process on creating the stories itself?
Yeah, so basically, we kind of ask our writers to pick someone that they know are really inspiring, empowering, and has gone through certain difficulties, such as divorce or sexual assault, et cetera, et cetera. And so they kind of plan in their head different questions, but once they go in, they probably interview for about half an hour. And so it kind of is kind of a flow kind of style because you don't really know about the person until you interview them. And so we kind of pinpoint on specific things like their difficulties. And so kind of the questions kind of range, but then after that, the writers come home and they write. And then we also have editors, and senior editors edit the article to make sure it's grammatically perfect. And then we have our art and creative team design the post, and that's kind of the post that you see on our Instagram account.
I see. So how many people are actually being part of the team of the production team of the Tales of Thailand itself?
Yeah, so we have about 30 members. Some of them go to, yeah, some of them go to international schools here or Thai schools here. We also have Thais that are living in California as well. So we're definitely kind of trying to go internationally as well.
Okay, so you mentioned there is editor and then some writer as well, and some even live in California. Then how do they approach the people who live in Thailand?
Yeah, so they have Thai communities. They kind of focus on Thai communities in California, such as the struggles of integrating there, the language or the cultural shock. And so there's different stories for different like geographical regions that are really cool.
I see. So then how how long Tales of Thailand has been established in it on the digital presence,
Yeah.
let's say?
So I planned since about September 2019. I kind of dug deeper February, and then I web designed with my art and creative director Lala. I think she's also in the live as well. But so we did that for during the summer, and then we started posting I think June, July.
How many stories has been published on the website or this Instagram?
during the summer. I think we have about 30, and we have more like in stock as well.
All right, so you guys create a stories, and then what else? What kind of format that you guys are publishing? For the stories.
Yeah, so we have like our blog on our website, which is www.talesofthailand.org. And then we also have our Instagram platform as well. And sometimes we also communicate with more local communities. So sometimes we don't post those things as well, but it's just like the hands-on work that we also do.
I see. All right. So what kind of impact that since the establishment of Tales of Thailand, what kind of impact that you can notice based on the existence of Tales of Thailand itself? Because it's more than a year now. How is the feedback of the audiences? How people see what you guys are doing in Tales of Thailand?
Yeah, so one of my goals is also because I've also debated for like my high school career, and we have to read the news a lot, and most of the news that we read are definitely politicians, accomplished people, CEOs, and so I kind of wanted the news to also be a place where we see daily challenges, daily people actually working on the ground, and so that's also one of their impacts where people can access these types of news and information. For me personally, I think that a few of my friends on our team has also been influenced by Tales of Thailand because they kind of realize the problem at hand, and they realize it's so close to their lives, and they kind of want to do something. So, for example, for me, I've interviewed this domestic violence victim, and I realized I was really passionate about gender inequality, and so I started another project and kind of started working with a women's shelter. And so I hope that more teenagers my age can kind of feel that sense of impact and understand their passion for different social issues that we present. And so, yeah.
All right. So, you guys has been going for a year now. And what are the challenges that you guys are facing on Tales of Thailand?
Yeah.
Because I believe it's not going to be easy, to communicate, to represent stories of people in Thailand. So what are the challenges that Tales of Thailand team has been facing?
So I think high schoolers are a lot busier than we think they are. So most of us sleep like 4 to 5 hours. I think that it would be kind of motivating them to work even during their exam season, interviewing, going out. And so, yeah, that's kind of a challenge to motivate them to submit on time and stuff. And also, we're always trying to improve our content. And so if you guys have any suggestions, you can feel free to DM us as well. So definitely trying to bring out more engaging and relevant content that people are actually interested in. I know it's a bit difficult because we did a survey to see which groups of people people are most interested in hearing about, and most of them are interested in hearing about CEOs and stuff. And so we understand that, but yeah, we're really passionate about people who you don't really get to hear from. So yeah.
Okay. Has financial issue has been one of the reason for people, because I assume that you Tales of Thailand is working on a voluntary basis. Would there be like financial consequences for anyone who volunteer in this movement?
I don't think so, because most of the people, like most Thai schools and international schools, we're very focused on like the UN SDGs, volunteering, community work as well. And so most of these kids, I guess they know that they're very fortunate and that they want to give back. And so I don't think that a lot of our team members are in a financial state that's a bit tense. And so, yeah, I think they join on a voluntary basis without thinking about financial concerns.
Okay, so I can assume that those who are voluntarily working for Tales of Thailand are the ones who have the same vision as you, as the founder, right? To achieve the aim of the objectives, to communicating the gap in the society of Thailand.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, before I start on asking you to share about interesting stories that has been published in Tales of Thailand. I would like to say hi to all the audiences here. My admin said that say hi to all Indonesians, Malaysians, Filipinos, Russians, Aussies. So we have quite some audiences from other regions as well. I read that early birthday, Taida. When is your birthday?
November 25th.
Oh, okay. So it's like it's in another few days, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, say hi. Say happy birthday to Taida because maybe yeah, just say happy birthday, Taida, or something like that. And we are waiting for any questions for the audiences. So if you guys have any questions for Taida here about Tales of Thailand, just please write it down on the question marks on the bottom, and I'm gonna read some of few. Oh, there's one. She great speaking without Thai accent because you are going to the international school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what kind of other comments people has been. She cannot laugh about the comment. She laughs in the heart. All right. It's Taida's birthday on Wednesday. Okay. Say happy birthday to Taida's guys. And please write down your questions. And yeah. Okay, let's go for I want to know, like, you have you said that you have been publishing 30 stories. What would be the most interesting stories, or let's say 5 most interesting stories that Tales of Thailand has ever covered?
Yeah, I actually have a list here. So one of my favorites would probably be, one of them is called The Life of a Minimum Wage Worker. It's a story on the security guard at one of our teams. I think condo, and so he gets paid very little, and so she was writing about that, and I thought a lot of the audience members really loved it because there's a lot of great feedback under that post. So that's one. The second one would probably be Thank You Thailand from a transgender woman. So one of our team members interviewed this transgender woman from the Philippines, and she's a teacher in Thailand. And she talks about how she's so grateful to be here, and how Thailand is so welcoming of her sexuality and stuff. And so that was so heartwarming to read. My personal all-time favorite would probably be the story on domestic violence that I talked about earlier. It's basically called My Husband Tried Killing Me, But I Survived. It's such an empowering story. I can kind of summarize it, but basically she is a mom to a 6-year-old now. But basically, when she was younger, she quit her work after meeting her ex-husband, and she moved to where her husband was originally from. And so she was very lonely because it's obviously her husband's hometown, not hers. And at that time, she was also pregnant. And then once her son came out, basically it was also in the wake of the financial crisis as well. And so her husband found like no more motivation to work. And so whenever Jim, that's her name, would find money, he would basically threaten her to give him all the money. And so she would respond by saying, no, it's our son's milk, money for milk. And so if she responded like that, he would then like have this kitchen knife, and then he would like slit her throat and her ankle. And to this day, she still has scars from those instances. And what's really cool is she stood up for herself, and she although she went to the police and the police didn't really help her, she left him and moved back to Bangkok. And after that, she's able to have her life with her son. And from time to time, she would bring her son to her husband as well. And her husband has definitely improved and changed throughout the years. And so it's just really cool how she's able to forgive, and it's empowering how she's able to live her life independently now.
Okay, so It's so interesting, yeah. When you mentioned about the transgender story, because in Thailand, the tolerance level is really high, even for the minority, like transgender, you know. And then you mentioned also about the issue on domestic violence. It's really heartwarming, I guess. And
Mhm.
during the process of interviewing those people, what kind of approach that you and your team brought, you know, to the source
Yeah.
person, since it is quite sensitive for them, and how do you, you know, like dig deep on their emotions and all stuff?
Yeah, so I kind of start off by asking the person to, like, I tell them that this is for community service, for volunteering, sometimes for research in school. And so they're more likely to open up that way. But secondly, I also ask them to tell me about their entire life from they were young until now. And so when I find really interesting points, I stop them and then I ask them, how do you feel right now? Or how did you get over that? And so I've also had a story on a divorce, I think, and so I asked them to elaborate more. And so that's kind of where you focus on when you write as well. And so yeah, I think that's how you go. And if I feel like they're getting uncomfortable, I then kind of move the subject to something else, like something they feel really happy and grateful about, and like a cherry on top of the entire story. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing with us. So for all the friends of C Asia who wants to read more about other stories, where can they go?
You can go to our Instagram at Tales of TH or our website. Yeah. The
Oh,
website's
that's
also
good.
linked in Instagram as well.
Okay, that's great. There are, let me see, how many questions that we already collect. There will be like two, and then I have some questions on my Facebook and YouTube, because actually we are also live on C Asia YouTube page and Facebook page. So guys, if you haven't subscribed on C Asia YouTube, please just search at on YouTube casia.co, as well as in Facebook page, and like our Facebook page on casia.co. Okay, so we are also doing live on both platforms. So there will be Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, there is one question from Wayan. Wayan is from Bali. The question is there any way that we can collaborate? I have similar organization in Bali that share past stories about tourism. This is so amazing that some of the friends also having the same kind of movement, but he is focusing on tourism in Bali. And as I know, but Bangkok is one of the most visited city, right, in the world. Okay, how do you respond to Wayan?
Yeah, you can DM us on our Instagram, or there's also a link in our link tree that has like a collaboration form, so you can fill that out. That would be great.
Okay, I hope Wayan still on with us on Facebook and YouTube. So Wayan, please go to at Tales of PH, and there will be a link on the video, and Wayan can contact Aida and team on that link. Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wayan. There will be second question from Wilmot. Wilmot is a British that currently living in Brisbane, Australia. The question from Wilmot is, during this political turmoil in Thailand, do you think it is challenging for you to picture Thailand like you've always been doing in relation with your stories? How is it? Like, yeah, I have read some news as well about the demonstration happening in Thailand. So how is it impacting the production of stories in Tales of Thailand?
Yeah, so I would say that a lot of our team members are posting a lot of these pro-democracy like Instagram stories as well. Tales of Thailand isn't exactly like politically active or anything, because we're just doing it on a voluntary basis in terms of getting to hear people's stories. I've heard of a few stories as well where the political protest is kind of harming a lot of people in terms of, they're not able to go to stores, or they're not able to sell clothes, to sell different things. So it's difficult to make a living in this time, I guess. The economy is already a bit rough during COVID. And so, I don't know, it's a bit of a tense issue, but I think that the best that we can do is to read news, stay politically active, make sure that you're listening to both sides of the story. So yeah.
Okay, so that without saying that Tales of Thailand isn't actively involved in a political sites or any movement, yeah. Okay, so this is one of the question from our friend Lina Yunita Papulung. The question would be, do you have a plan to filming the story that you've made in Tale of Thailand? Okay, would there be any plan to film or to create like audio visual format for the stories that being produced by Tales of Thailand?
Yeah, so we were kind of forming these plans as well. So we have a few videographers, and so hopefully when a lot of our team members are able to call again, where we can kind of present this idea and initiate it. So we're definitely considering that as well. That we can maybe post like a day in a life video on our IG.
That's great. So guys, if you are too lazy to read about the stories, you can jump in to Tales of PH Instagram and watch the IGTV, right? Okay, so there will be like 70 people joining us. Please guys send us more questions and Saida will be happy to answer, correct? All right. Let's go. Oh, another question from Lina Yunita Papulong. What is your most struggle experience since the Tales of Thailand establishment, especially in managing your members? Yeah, 30 people is not easy to manage, especially when you are not situated in a same location or same city. How do you manage, Saida?
Yeah, that's definitely very difficult. I've had a few struggles with that as well, but I think at the end of the day, it's important to kind of talk to your team members and be kind of lenient. Like it's definitely hard being in high school because you're always like running up against time. We have a lot of applications. Them and assign organized schedule. So we have a Google Drive where we make sure it's work is kind of on time. And also to kind of spread your work to different leaders. So we have like media editors, art and creative directors, so making sure that they're looking into it and you're not just like micromanaging everything. So in terms of that, I think organization.
That's great. Okay, so it can be seen that the commitment of the member is also really how to say it, like they have such a good commitment, right? Despite all the challenges and time management and place. All right, I have one question here from YouTube from Kamatoy in Manila. Hello guys from Manila from the Philippines. The question is, I have followed the Tales of Thailand, and I think you need to make short videos of each stories. It will be interesting. So you already mentioned that you are already making some stories, and then how is it like about making a short video about each story?
Yeah, so we've definitely considered that for a while now. I think it's a bit difficult because some of our interviewees don't feel comfortable in front of the camera. Like asking for pictures is already something that is already kind of hard. Obviously, it's kind of their right to say yes or no. But for people who are, really willing, we're also looking for team members who have great like videography skills or editing skills. I feel like for videos, it takes a bit longer to do the process. And so, yeah, that's kind of been why we've been writing more than videoing.
I see. All right. So that's on the plan already, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is a question from Dede Yuda. Where is the most interesting place and culture in Thailand? Can you see? Like,
yeah, I love this question.
Okay, please share with us the most interesting place and what is the most interesting culture and custom in Thailand?
Yeah, I think my favorite place in Thailand would probably be Phuket. I've been going there since like 2004, every single year, where my dad would drive down for 10 hours from Bangkok to Phuket. And it's so worth it because you get to see like the beach, and everyone is so nice there. Honestly, we just like kind of